Welcome back to our New York studios. This is hour 2 of NBA Today. Brian Windhorst, Danny Green, Iman Shumpert, Kendrick Perkins. I'm Malika Andrews. Gentlemen, we are counting down till Game 2 between the Knicks and the Cavaliers. So let's get right to it, shall we? Because the Knicks are looking to make it 9 straight wins in the playoffs. Remember, they were down 2-1 to the Hawks in the first round. Since then, the Knicks have outscored opponents by 196. I caught up with their 2 All-Stars ahead of this series. Here's part 2 of my conversation with Karl Anthony Towns and Jalen Brunson. How often do you guys sit down for an interview together?
Not too much.
Yeah.
Early January, late December. You all were 2-9. Tell me more about that. What was true that was hard during that time, and how did that shape what we're seeing now?
I mean, we were 2-9, but pressure makes diamonds, and we came together, and we always talked about the unity of this team. And we talked about the character in this locker room, and we just, instead of falling apart, we leaned on that unity that you saw so special last year, and we found ourselves on the other side of that situation, and even growing stronger as a team.
The New York Knicks had won 8 straight games.
There was a point in the first round, you were trailing 2-1 to the Atlanta Hawks. What happened after Game 3 that you all turned it around?
It was a lot of things said. Nothing was disrespectful, nothing was personal. It was kind of soul-searching time. Like, what do we want this to be?
What was the answer? Who did the New York Knicks want to be?
I mean, we want to win, and we saw how far we got last year, and there's nothing in our minds that said we weren't, going to get back there. So just trust experience, trust each other, most importantly, and things will work out. And like you said, we're here now.
The Knicks will advance to the Eastern Conference Finals. They've won 7 consecutive playoff games.
Karl, you've been sort of the hub in a lot of ways of the offense in a new way lately. What has that opened up for this Knicks team?
I think it just, one, allows, our cap to not have so much pressure on him to bring the ball up and to have to make the plays all the time, And I think we put so much on his shoulders to do for our team so we can have a chance to win. It's great that I can help him. We need him to save his energy, because we all know, especially last year, he got a whole award for what he does in the fourth quarter.
Brunson, three-pointer, puts it in! Captain Clutch has come alive!
It's really cool to see Cat, what he's been able to do. Obviously, he's had in his repertoire, and I think us having to go to that during the Atlanta series, we kind of saw something that we can continue to do more of. Whatever we asked of him, he does it. It's just the type of person he is.
Did you hear that Jalen, he was asked about that and not having the ball in his hands as much? He said, I'm not a star.
1, I'm not a star. 2, I want to win.
It's true, you're not a star, you're a captain.
Okay.
There you go.
Semantics?
He's annoying. He's annoying.
Oh, my gosh. All right. There's something special that happens after you guys win, and it's a dance party that's happening outside. Can you just describe the feeling in the city right now?
The energy's crazy, the fans really believe, and that's something that we were able to provide them, that belief, that hope. So, we got to continue to do our part to give them something to cheer for.
Would you ever go out there?
I thought about it, then I saw J.R. Smith, and I don't know now.
Maybe after a championship?
That would be the only time I'd do it, but
yeah.
still, it might be even a little crazier then.
You're facing the Cleveland Cavaliers.
I mean, obviously they're a great team, well coached. They have a variety of ways they can beat you. They can beat you with the 3. They have a lot of creators, but obviously Donovan and James do a lot of great things for their team. So I think for us, you just got to kind of lock in and make things as difficult as possible for them.
Knicks fans have been waiting to go back to the NBA Finals for an incredibly long time. What would it mean to this fan base, to you all, to be back there?
Just because we stand at the door don't mean we open in the door. We got to do our part. And we've been hungry for this moment ever since last year when we lost. So we understand how it is to get to this point, but we're looking for a new experience, how it is to get past this point.
Will you indulge me for 1 minute, and let's go to June. And there's a parade through New York City. Mm-hmm. Have you allowed yourself to even think about?
No.
Why not?
It's no point.
The job's not
a lot
done.
of work to be done. Going
All right, so Jalen Brunson says he's focused on the task at hand, which he should be, right? But we are allowed to look a little farther into the future, right? So, Perk, what do you think the Knicks are going to need to do to end that 50-year title drought?
Well, they got to lean on Big Body Brunson, but again, Shump said something a month ago. I'm always watching. And you said something, you had a quote. You said, you was talking about the Magic. You said they look like 5 fingers and they need to be a fist. Well, when I'm watching the New York Knicks right now, they the fist that Shump was talking about. You see the togetherness. You see the leadership in Jalen Brunson. We've never seen him in a timeout, you know, basically motivating his team. We know that he's one of the best closers in the game, but we also are watching Karl Anthony Towns sacrifice, right? He changed his position offensively, being the point center, taking pride in his defense because he's been outstanding defensively throughout the course of these playoffs. And even when you see Landry Shamet eating up those 4-quarter minutes and you saw Josh Hart on the bench, when Josh Hart checked back into the game, it wasn't bad body language. Everybody's up off the bench. They got that it factor, that spirit that you need to get to the top.
Let me ask you about this. You talking about the fist? The pinky right now. How about what they did at the end of that game? They took Josh Hart out of the game, and they put Landry Shamet in because the Cavs weren't guarding Josh Hart. That spread the floor. This lineup has been very successful for the Knicks. So Josh Hart, this has happened occasionally, but look at this in the difference between
plus 36.
So, and the reason this is really is because you got to guard the 5th player. It doesn't always have to be Shamet. They can go to Deuce McBride here, depending on how the lineup is. But I would not be surprised if the Knicks get into being behind late again, that Landry Shamet is in the game so they can spread the floor and let Brunson work.
I would be surprised if they get down early. But I wouldn't be surprised if they insert Landry into the lineup sooner and Deuce, like once they get going, because Deuce was a big factor for them in that Philly series. He had like 4 or 5 threes in the 5 minutes that he got in the game. So Mike Brown might make that adjustment. But for me, it's Karl Anthony Towns. This team rises and falls on how he produces. If he's the guy that's able to start the offense, get in the flow, rebound, and get involved and not feel, it opens up the floor for everybody else. And also their health. OG Anunoby is a big piece, but you know what you're going to get night in, night out from Jalen Brunson. You know what you're going to get from OG when he's healthy. Mikal Bridges has stepped up his game, but Cat, ultimately, and you say you can't win championships with small guys, but you can this year. If Cat plays like he's supposed to play, the Knicks can win a championship this year.
So the best lineup for the Knicks then is what, Shump?
I don't know, because though I understand what he's saying and I understand what the numbers are going to prove, I like that for situational things. I don't like it throughout a game. Throughout a game, Josh Hart doesn't get the stats all the time that he deserves, but he's principled. Principled players need to be on the court. Sometimes it's not about them having a home run block or a steal. What it's about is his defensive position. He not going to help off the strong side corner. And if he do help off the strong side corner, I bet he get a deflection or a steal, or he going to bust his ass to get back because he know he made a mistake. The effort has to be there. The principles have to be there, and it has to be able to trickle down the line. Josh Hart does that. That's why he plays so many minutes.
I'm with Shump on this, and I think it depends on the lineup that you're playing against. Again, we look ahead, they're taking it game by game, but imagine they play OKC or San Antonio. Mitchell Robinson might be that guy that they need. Like this,
When they go
all
for the
matchups,
bigs.
the big. That's what gave San Antonio troubles in that in-season tournament with the Cup game. And then further on, they beat also San Antonio by 20+ later on in that season. So Wemby, he's shown that he struggled with the big. Isaiah Hartenstein, this is a different animal when you have Mitchell Robinson and Cat together. So he could be that other guy in that lineup, depending on who the matchups are, that can help the Knicks win.
But 2 things. Number one, that's why we're talking about the fist. I wouldn't be surprised if they go small ball at times with OG Anunoby at the 5, right? So they won't have that hack-a-Mitch thing going on and OG Anunoby
And the
at the
Cavs
5.
tried that a
and
little bit.
and then all of a sudden you spread the floor. But let's be real here. The moment is set and the stage is set for Big Body Brunson to dance. And it's a reason I gave him the nickname Big Body Brunson. It's because he's 6'1", 6'2", but he plays like he's 7 foot. And check out these clips. This is 6'7", 6'8" Dyson Daniels. Look at him, little boy. Come here, I'm a grown man. I'm going to body you and put you in the rim. Here we are again. This is Kelly Oubre, 6'7", 6'8". Check out Big Body Brunson. I'm gonna give you all this shoulder with the little left hand scoop shot. But check this out again. Here we go. Matt Strus, 6'5". I'm gonna pressure up on you. I ain't worried. Here you go. I'm gonna use the screen. Okay, cool. You gonna go under? Okay, I still got you. Watch how I'm gonna get to the lane, take the contact. Big Body Brunson, yes, we know he's a 3-level scorer. He could pull up and make the tray ball. 1-2 dribble pull up. But it is so underrated when he goes at these bigger guys and put that shoulder and body into them and get physical, whether that's on drives or low posts. Right now, the stage is set for him to dance. I said this earlier. He's on the verge. If he can complete the mission or win the championship.
Number one Nick.
Oh, thank you, Sean.
The what? Number one Nick all time.
Okay.
There you go.
Well, the game 2 of that series is tonight. Game 2 in the West was last night. There is nothing like New York City when the Knicks are rolling. And game 2 is a hot ticket. Look at this show. That's the average price.
Well, Hannah.
$1,300. That's according to Vivid Seats. Although Shump, he gets the hookup courtside, through the team.
Little love.
We're joined now
Shump paid those prices.
by a regular of Celebrity Roast, star of Curb Your Enthusiasm, Susie Essman. Thank you so much for spending some
happy to
time
be
with
here.
us.
It's a
We're
good-
so
it's a
happy
good time to
have
be a
you
Knicks
here
fan.
on NBA
I want to tell
Today.
you, Malika geeked out.
Oh, yeah, for
And
sure.
Susie
I did
came
geek
to
out.
the green room.
There's very
Right in
few.
the
She was
episode mode.
very excited.
The one episode? Anytime you go into that
When
mode?
you go into episode mode, you know you are a true fan, and that is what you have with the New York. How long have you been going to Knicks games?
Oh, God. I became a Knicks fan in 1971.
71.
1971 is when I first got into basketball.
Yeah.
I grew up in Mount Vernon, and we had the #1 team in the state that year in 1971. And my boyfriend was very into basketball, so, it's like 15, whatever, however old I was. So I'm giving away my age. So I got into basketball, and they were great in those years.
Yeah.
In the early 70s. 73, we won the championship. Haven't since then until 2026.
And
we'll see.
all right, now speaking it into existence in 2026. You've gone to a whole lot of Knicks games in those, I'm not going to say how many years that it's been. Is there somebody that you think, when you think of the celebrity row at Knicks games, that you think is the biggest, the best? Who stands out to you when you think of
In celebrity row?
Yeah.
Well, Spike. I would have to say Spike.
Of course.
Because Spike actually, even pays for his seats. You know what I mean? That's how.
That's real fandom.
He's there through thick and thin. I'm not dissing Ben and Tracy, but I think Spike is, and he's always outfitted. He's always beautifully outfitted, Spike, in the orange and blue and I want to know where he gets his outfits.
I think that's called custom.
It's
Jump.
custom,
I think that rings of a little bit of a custom outfit there, as he's saying hello to our crew.
And the other thing is, we're talking about, we had a lot of lean years. So when you're talking about thick through thin, there was a lot of thin.
I will say this. First off, she calls Timothy Chalamet, she calls him Timmy.
Yes.
So that's one thing. Secondly, you were an iconic character on a show that ran for 20 plus years.
Yes.
Okay?
Thank you.
And yet, when you walk the streets of New York, do they come up and say Susie Green? No, they say Knicks. They ask you about the Knicks.
Yeah, well, lately, walking through the streets of New York, I'm getting a lot of Susie, Knicks in 6, a lot of Knicks love. Because everybody's so excited we haven't been this close. Well, we were this close last year, but it wasn't the same kind of vibe last year as it has been this year. So everybody's so excited. This is a sports town.
Yes.
This is a basketball town. And, I don't know that there's any other arena that is smack dab in the middle of the city like MSG is.
There are many,
the fabric.
but that's okay. There are many, but none of them are quite like it.
None of them are quite like this.
Not like Madison Square
Well,
Garden.
and Shump, you know this close up. The fans and the energy in Madison Square Garden, it's pretty unmatched.
It's a little different, man. It's I'm, again, born in 90. I'm a Chicago guy. I didn't inherit the story until I became part of the team. And when you do hear it, though, especially in the playoffs, it's like, I can hear we haven't won since 1973.
Yeah.
You can hear it in the screen. You can see it in people jumping up and down. People that are in full-blown suits, wore they real nice outfits.
Yeah.
They are jumping up and down, hugging each other. They spilling beers. It's just all love right now for the energy of New York.
But you guys are part of that community. There's this community, and we all see it. There's a community. The players all sit on the baseline.
Yes. Yeah.
Starks and Ewing,
Yep.
and sometimes Clyde Frazier comes.
Stefan and
then you are down the celebrity row with
Yeah.
Stiller and Tracy Morgan.
And
those guys.
sometimes with Larry David as
Yes.
well. what we know your dynamic on the show on Curb Your Enthusiasm. What do you say to each other during Knicks
we're
games?
talking about the game usually, or we're dishing, we're gossiping or something. But it's so funny because I'll see Instagram posts of us at the game, and the comments are always like, "I can't believe they're together. They hate each other." We don't hate each other in real life. It's called acting.
Yeah.
We're actually very good friends in real
But let
life.
me ask you this: do you refer to him in person as La?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I do.
Wait, we gotta hear it. We gotta hear it. What would you say? Say, hey, La.
What do you mean?
Is that what you say? Say, hey, Leah.
Yeah, hey, La.
Right.
Hey,
tickles me so
Look at
much
her.
to hear
Look
it
at
in
her.
real life.
But we'll text through, throughout games sometimes.
Yeah.
But Larry's a diehard Knick fan,
Yeah.
diehard sports fan. Really, we talk about sports a lot on set. Is what we talk about a lot. And Larry always thinks that he would be the best coach of anybody.
Oh, does he now? He thinks he would be the best. I think we may have to see that. So, okay, you're predicting or hoping or speaking it into existence that you are going to see the Knicks win their first championship and make it to the finals for the first time in over 25 years,
Yeah.
win their first championship since you were much younger. As
Can
you
I give a
mentioned.
caveat,
Yes.
Malinka? I just have to say, and it's Yiddish, but kinahara, which means evil eye in Yiddish. Yeah, it's like a knockwood.
Okay.
So if I'm going to say that, I have to say the kinahara.
So with the knockwood, if Shump and I were talking about this the other day, if the Knicks win that championship, will you, Susie, venture out onto 33rd, venture out onto 7th Ave, and the throngs of fans? Because Shump said he might. Shump said he might.
I would go if he's next to me.
I'll walk you through. All right, so
I
check it
saw
out.
what happened to JR the other night.
No, you got to go for the wide
base.
base. That's the problem. He ain't go for the wide base. You got to go wide base. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I would have been security if I wasn't an athlete.
The
So
thing is, and I'm little, I'm 5'2.5", but I have a big mouth.
you got spunk.
So people don't mess with me.
There you go.
There you go.
See?
Yeah, you got to have a face. Got to have a game
Well,
face.
Susie, since we have you here, we thought we maybe would roll through some of the top plays we put together. These are the best moments that we have in Madison Square Garden history.
Oh, wow.
And we thought we would start with some top slamma-jamma. These are all in the playoffs.
Jammas.
Michael
Hey,
Jordan.
Excuse me. I got to go back up. I got to go.
So we said top plays in the Garden. This doesn't necessarily just mean from the Knicks side of it.
They say it's a basketball town. That's what we want to see.
It is
Great
a
basketball.
basketball town. All right.
You remember this one, though? Hey, with the left. Come get it with the left.
John
That's my
Starks
boy.
going
That's my boy
baseline.
there,
He's a
dog.
great guy.
That's my boy.
That's another, I do
Dunking on my
love
other
being
boy.
there and hanging out with all the players.
See, Susie's never going to want to come back again when we have a whole section just for top paid.
Oh, nah, they bogus. Nah, they bogus for playing this.
He did some
I ain't gonna lie,
damage
they
to us.
bogus for playing this. This is crazy.
8.9 seconds. We're not going to show you the free throws,
Yeah,
but
he hurt us.
so did Halliburton.
Yeah.
You with this game, Susie?
Oh my lord.
Which one was this?
This was the Halliburton, the
Yes.
bounce. You were at this
Yes.
Oh, the
I can't believe.
heartbreaks.
What are our producers doing? I mean, what is going on here?
Yeah.
game. All
We
right.
had good moments there.
How about some top clutch moments?
Man.
This is Larry
Come
Johnson.
on, Larry.
LJ's my favorite.
Yeah.
I love LJ.
I mean, a
Sleeper
4-point
hold.
play.
What a doll he
Giving
is.
it back to the Pacers.
Put them in that Nelson, shorty.
Were you at this one? Trey Young driving, and this is the
No.
game-winning floater. Oh, this was back when there was still not a lot of fans in after COVID, but there's been a lot of villains that have come through the Garden here.
And New York will make you a villain.
That is
God.
true.
But this is why I love sports. Because you could be a villain and you could hate and love and nobody gets hurt.
It's because she played a quasi-villain. Of course she likes the villain.
Exactly. But again, nobody gets hurt. You could scream and yell and you go home and everybody's still alive and happy.
Sometimes people get hurt.
Every once
Like
in a while.
JR.
All right, so we know that the Knicks, you were a little bit, you know that the Pistons had their number at some points, but
Yeah.
you were saying you're hoping that maybe this goes to 5 because you'll pull up Game 5 in the Garden. That's what it's
Well,
going to be?
I would rather sweep. I don't want to be selfish
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
I would rather sweep.
But your schedule.
But my schedule, yeah, I'd rather go to Game 5. But 2 sweeps in a row. I mean, has that ever happened?
Well, it has,
Just
but
not for the Knicks.
No, but I mean in a playoff series, it's happened.
Not for
Believe it
the
or not,
Knicks.
it's happened.
I
This
just
is
wanna-
definitely
This
a
is
Knicks
a
fan.
Knicks fan
I just,
here.
I just want to give you a little perspective.
Yes.
Because I had to play for both organizations. It's hard to win at home. I mean, on the road.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Is this some news you're giving me?
I'm just saying it might be a game 5. I just don't expect. I don't expect
he's
that.
saying don't make plans.
I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm saying keep your schedule
got-
open to be at game 5 at the Garden. It's usually.
I plan on 7 if I have
I'm expecting black eyes for everybody coming into game 5. I'm expecting this to be brutal.
You two will be next to each other courtside. Brian and I will have the binoculars going, hey
We'll
guys
wave to
down
you
there.
because we're that kind of.
Oh, we are that kind of
Type of
people.
people.
Susie,
Oh, my
you
God.
are the best. Thank you
Yeah,
so
those
much for
type of-
joining
Thank
us.
you for
You have an
having
open
me.
seat on NBA Today, and if you haven't somehow seen every episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm, it's pretty good.
Especially the Shaq.
There you go. Hey, coming